Breaking news with Paul Toole.
Hello and a very warm welcome. The Cal League, the first Crip softball league in Los Angeles, presents its coffee table book of 500 Black Unity pictures by author L.A. Nutt. The Cal League uplifting families, communities and ending the sickness of gang violence that has plagued black communities for over 50 years. The Cal League players, former Crips on 11 teams, backed by their communities, create a safer environment for all LA communities. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. And what else do you do? But what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Man, that is a powerful sin. You feel me? Welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I think that's going to be my intro. I think that's going to be my intro from here on out. You can't get no powerful than that. Man, welcome. You know, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I mean, that says it all. And, you know, it goes with what's going on. Hey, look, everybody, welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. Man, we just on here. You know, it's the same thing. You know, it's all about ending gang violence. And that's a long road. So you got to start places. So the beginning, number one, let's not put nobody else on. We don't need no more Bloods. We don't need no more Crips. You feel me? We don't need no more Bloods. We don't need no more Crips. What for? Tell me the reason. You know, let me know why we need some more Bloods and Crips. Oh, the homies ain't deep enough, nut. They ain't deep enough. We need some more homies when we start warring with these dudes. That's it, huh? That's it, huh? That's the only reason, you know. And it got me to thinking, man. It got me to thinking. And once you lose sight, the only person that could wake you up is him above. Ain't nothing gonna ever be about that. Now, everybody know that everybody gotta go through something. You gonna go through something. And if whatever you going through, if it's because God got you going through it, 10 out of 10, and you just ain't caught on, but once you catch on, you you got an issue. You got a serious issue. Because once you get woke up from that, boy, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. You know, it's going to be a serious problem. Antonio Grace, what's up, man? Yeah, that's great advertisement. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I try to do something. And feel free if you got something coming, man. Let it out there, man. We don't hold information on this show. You just heard what Big F said, man. We don't hold information. You know, you look at these podcasts as everybody, you know, ain't nobody talking about ending nothing. They may mention it like, man, we need to stop the killing. Everybody need to come together, this and that. Man, that ain't going to get it. We've been doing that for 20 years. OGs, non-affiliates, everybody that's the number one, yeah. But now it's time to really make a move on this. You feel me? Like, let's stop putting people on. We don't need to put nobody else on the hood. Not what for? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You dudes don't know nothing. Come on, man. I didn't know nothing. You following everybody. Everybody is following. You think about this. Everybody got what crime. Every culture got crime in their race. Everybody got, you know, people that's not doing so good, you know. But it just seemed like the whole black car is we just been doing bad for so long. Like, did we start off like that? Why is it like that? Or has it always been some people that been keeping it like that? And we get adapted to that. You know what I'm saying? Slavery. That's why I'm trying to let you understand what is really going on. You feel me? So this has been going on for too long. You know what I'm saying? Why not follow what the Black Panther Party was doing? Nobody, you know, nobody just kept that going, but the Crips, it's always been going on. It's been here for 50 years. If you think that means something, you are solely mistaken, because it ain't generated nothing. Don't know Crips, don't know Bloods, don't nobody got nothing. Individually, yes. You got a bunch of people individually. Yeah. But that one person cannot support his whole hood. He cannot do it. One person has never been the sole provider for a whole neighborhood in the history of the Crips and Bloods. No, he was the plug and everybody that woo. But guess what? You got 2, 3, 4, at least 10 homies in that neighborhood that never needed that dude as much as the plug it was. Because guess what? They went to work, they got a job, and they took care of their family. They still living good right now. So no one person has ever took care of a whole gang. Nah, that ain't never happened. So get that out your mind, that Bloods and Crips was always something positive, like this was meant to, this is what it is. Nah, that ain't it. That's not it. It ain't never been that. This is not meant to succeed in life. And they finally got it to where the kids now got it on their list to be a gang member. Don't have me go play the video. Listen, everybody, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show, man. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. This is where the podcast where, if you mad, I'm sorry. It's nothing that can be done. Because once you're chosen by God, it's out. You're a peon. You don't have nothing to do with this movement. Nothing at all. You need to jump on board. Because if you're mad at this podcast, you must be a real true hater, man. And you got something in your closet, you know, and hopefully I don't got nothing to do with it. But you got to, these questions, man, you got to think about that. This stuff been going on for 50 something years. And all this time, nobody has never accomplished anything. Who has what? That's a Crip and blood. With the thinking of GAMD this whole time, gang addiction, mental disorder. Because guess what? If you tried to keep this same mentality in your mind while whatever you was doing, and you was successful in whatever you was doing, and you're not trying to end it, by whatever you doing, you're going to pay the price for that. We didn't have politicians. We didn't see many people with money come down, you know, athletes. We didn't see them come down once you know, don't do it. Don't try to endorse this. Don't try to support this. Don't try to make this seem like it's cool. Do not do that. Take everybody's mind away from Crips and Bloods. Trust me. And you have done your part. Now, could you do more? Yeah. Come on back and help us, because we need help to end this. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need help to end this, you know. This show today, this picture, people might not know what this picture is, but this picture is from the first time that the Crips and Bloods made a political statement about voting. I was sitting at home one day, and something happened. When God sparks something, it could be anything going on. You could be cooking, you could be talking on the phone, you could be listening to music, you could eat a donut. You feel me? You never know. And he sparked something in my mind that said, listen, what has the Crips and Bloods ever done during this time of voting? So, of course, when when we think of something, you got to go research. So we went to go do the research. Finds out that the Crips and Bloods have never, ever made a political statement, even from the 69, 70. Oh, that's you, 72, 73. That's you. you in 72, 70, 73. You know what I'm saying? 74. y'all ain't never done nothing. You know, y'all ain't never done nothing. Y'all done a lot of negative. You know, you definitely got it popping to where it's like, it spread it like wildfire, like a wildfire, you know? So, so, you know, you don't have no trying to stand up or nothing like that. But I'm gonna tell you who did, you feel me? Because this is by research. See, you know, when you do something that's positive or negative, you know, your name is gonna be attached to it. If you the creator, or however the protest, whatever the situation. And in this case, Raymond Washington, you know, as a lot of people probably his family probably don't. They probably hate it when people like me or anybody, I don't know, but I would never say his name. It just that it wasn't positive what he created, So don't say that, because it's not true. But what is true, before he died, he wanted to change. See, they don't talk about that. Isn't that ironic? Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. You feel me? He had a very interesting life, and I personally believe that God touched him, and he just didn't probably know how to handle it, because see, he had went and got a job and everything. That dude had to start doing all kind of stuff before he got killed. You know what I'm saying? You same suckers, y'all still out there, huh? It's you, huh? Somebody told you, you little dirt. Why'd you kill him? You little, we know. Listen, I'm just going with what research say. We know it's 3 of y'all in that car, and he took it to his death. He didn't tell nobody, So that's how solid of an individual he was. But the weight of I believe the Crips, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to at the end, he wanted to once he got out of prison, like anything's supposed to do. Prison is supposed to change you. So maybe he didn't want to go back up in there ever again during that time. But that dude was doing everything, bro. Removing graffiti off a wall, same thing, same thing I used to be doing. Everything repeats itself. The only thing that repeats itself that's negative is Crips and Bloods. Because it's like once they got him out the way, see, he probably didn't want to do the negative stuff that they wanted him to do, the participation and all that. He probably had tried to start trying to change, when you change, people don't know, but that's kind of like the connection that I have with him, because see, his whole life was that, and it was negative, and overnight something happened, you know what I'm saying? So that's why this picture is here. Like I was saying before, this picture is with the Bloods and Crips. This was the first time that they had ever made a political statement and voting, you know what I'm saying? And bringing all the Crips, the Bloods together in front of the nation to get people to try to go out and vote, And it wasn't about whatever president, Democrat, Republican, I could care less about that. You know what I'm saying? You got to get people out of local and state, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where the Crips and Bloods, if they ever wake up and realize that, like, listen, let's start voting in people that we really truly believe that they are in the direction of us, and to get people to really try to avoid gangs, man, and really because if you get enough of the gang to, and that's the hardest, that's one of the hardest things to do, is try to get everybody on the same page at one time. See, that is what's called unnatural. Something unnatural is going to take place, like the riots. Like, once something happens that, y'all really did this and it's bad and it triggered that anger, then the Crips and Bloods come together under that. But you don't want it to have to be that all the time. You want something that people can do now. Like, the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to force them dudes to come really work together. Man, you get 10 rappers, man, and have them all put up $1 million. My thing was doing Olympics. Now, I'm going to tell you this before I get to the topic of the show today. I was on Carl Franklin, uh, Final Call or something like that. What was his morning show? Dominique DePrima took it over at KJLH, 20-something years ago. Wake Up, something. I can't believe I found front page. It was a front page. So Carl, he loved Unity One. He used to have us on there all the time. So he had us on there one morning, and he was like, look, what are some of the things, this and that. So I've been trying to get the tape. I don't know how I would have to do it. I'm pretty sure they should have his tape, but it'd be on a cassette tape. I used to have the footage. I used to have the audio, but I think I lost it over a period of time. But when I was on the show, I had said, look, we need the celebrities to step up and to invest into us so we can do Olympics. You feel me? Boxing, baseball, football, weightlifting, the things that we all can boom and put us up in hotels and all that. Training facility will be the parks and all that. Boom, 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 boom. Got to be a ceasefire clause. Your hood have to have, y'all got to come together. Ceasefire clause. Now look, we got boards and everything. So guess what? You're going to find out who your homies is, because guess what? We paying the athletes. We paying the coaches, because y'all going to coach each other. You feel me? You guys going to be the coaches. Y'all going to be the trainers and everything. So we paying all them. So you're going to get your hood together. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get your hood together. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to get your hood together. I said first prize like $3 million or something like that. Because in this day, economy, $1 million, woo woo. But, the $3 million, it's attached with a board. You can't just we're not just giving y'all, you know what I'm saying, the money, y'all just run off. No. Everything comes with a board, because we're going to invest in what you guys want to invest in over here. We're going to make sure we got whatever it is. And that money is going to be used for y'all and y'all community, with y'all family and y'all homies, homegirls, everybody that is attached to y'all is going to be part of that foundation where they need a check and everything. If babysitting and all that need to be a part of it, guess what? That's going to be part of that budget. You know what I'm saying? And y'all going to make something work, you know what I'm saying, to what y'all want to do. That's up to y'all to figure it out. Just like in the Olympics, whoever got the most gold medals at the end of the day win the prize. But guess what? While the Olympics is going on, you feel me? Everybody in your hood is being paid. That's what the money is for. Boom, for everybody getting a check, for participating, and we got rules and everything. You know what I'm saying? We got rules and everything. So everybody's going to be held accountable. Y'all going to have a board. Everybody is going to, trust me, have it set up to where your hood will be accountable. You know what I'm saying? We're not going for nothing. Writing on the wall, shooting, none of that. We hear about squabbles or whatever, get back to the board. Y'all got, hey man, listen. It got back to not y'all board, but the Olympic board. Hey man, listen, man, we heard that it was a squabble, man, at Tams with y'all homies. What happened? We need to know what happened. So guess what? All them little people that y'all can't control, like the people that shot me, y'all got to control them now. You know what I'm saying? What's up, homie? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting paid to go out there and do it. You ain't just getting a check now like a grid worker or a bastard. Yeah, you go do what you want to do, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just communication. No, you got to go put your foot, you got to go put in the work. Like, hey, man, what's up? Man, y'all need to get that dude over here because it ain't just your job that's finna get lost. It's finna be this whole hood. Y'all all finna get penalized. So guess what? Everybody in your hood got to have something to say about this guy's action. So what are y'all going to do? I guarantee you that start changing a whole lot. Yeah, that's what I said 20-something years ago on Front Page. And that still go to this day, man. That still can happen to this day. Man, make these dudes, hold these dudes accountable. Cube, Dre, Snoop, that go 3 million right there. Kendrick, that go 4 million. Who else is in there for Game? 5 million. You know what I'm saying? Who else got 1 million? Y'all, you feel me? If go get an endorser if you don't got it. So, you know, who else got 1 million that could give without no problem? You know what I'm saying? From the West Coast. You know, there's some more people out here, you know. Chris Brown, Soldier Boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be Bloods? We need that 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Ray J. You know what I'm saying? One more person. You know what I'm saying? That's an entertainer that pushed that let it be known this is what I am. There's one more. Y'all think of it. You come up with it. That go 10 right there. Each of y'all give 1 million, man. That's 10 million. You feel me? Then anybody else that want to help on top of that, we asking 1 million from y'all 10 first. You feel me? Now, anybody else want to donate that, boom. And then we create a board. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. And the board is made up of Bloods and Crips from each generation, all the way down. You start with the G1. Now, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, you're not going to be biased because it's always an outside independent board that make the final. If y'all can't make a last and final decision and this and that outside independent board of non-affiliates that ain't a part of your gang, you know? Yeah, you can create boards, and trust me, everybody gonna get it right, you know, and put them up. Treat these dudes; they got to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? Training, you know. You got curfews at these rooms, you know. All that, like, hold on, man. This is training, and you will be violated. Y'all gonna have a watcher there and everything. You know? No Molly, no ecstasy, no powder. Oh, don't say. Hey, no, you only saying all that because you got shot. Shut your punk ass up. Hey, the truth can hurt, man. Get off, just leave it alone while you getting paid. So just kick back. You know what I'm saying? Stack the money. You know what I'm saying? Or send it to your wife or your baby mama or the kids or somebody, man. You know, you training. You in training. You know, boxing, baseball, football, basketball, weightlifting, track and field. That's all we need. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe wrestling, I don't know. But that's pretty much what we need. That's it. And we be on point. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show, man. Look, please like, subscribe, share, do all that. Today's show is about why I got shot. Reasons why I got shot. Now, the number one reason why I got shot, the reason why I got this picture up right here, is because this was who I was. That NY hat. You see that? That hat was too much ideology, you know? False gods and all that good stuff. See, God got a way of making you come back to reality. You know, you think that you was doing something. See, you think that you was doing something because I came up with this. Oh, yeah. Now, when I left the house that day, I didn't know that I had a NY hat on, because people say, oh, that's what it is. That's what you do. That's just what it is. Because mentally we get on there and we represent who we are. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's who we supposed to be or whatever. But that's not God. You know what I'm saying? That thinking is not of God. That's not him. That's not the thinking of God right there. That's why I got shot. Because I put that crown that we call crowns, I put that crown before anything else. And when I started slipping back into, you think because you're doing something positive. See, people try to hide it. That's why you got all these vultures that now in the streets, everybody about peace because they want to check. You know what I'm saying? But if it's truly not about peace in your heart, you know, that's the problem. And the whole time while I'm doing this is really in the back of my mind, whether I know it or not. And God know it. Like, you feel me? Like you doing this, you saying all this is, you know, about me, you know, but really this is about you. Because because I got a whole bunch of phone calls that day. Oh, what's up, man? I see you on the, oh yeah, what's up, cuz that was woo. Because certain people be like, damn, like, what's up, man? Woo. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's not it. Now, I should have had on a Laker hat or something. And it didn't have to be blue. But that's what we do. Because that's us in the back of our mind. We still want people to know, well, this is who I am. This is where I come from. That's GAMD, gang addiction mental disorder. Whether you doing something positive or not, that's you trying to work on it. You understand what I'm saying? Technically, we don't have to do that because people know who we are. We don't have to do that. I didn't specifically woke up saying, boom, but that's who I am. Boom, like, yeah, you know. And that day, I do kind of remember when I looked at it, I kind of remember that day because I was dealing with her, and I was like, you know, and like, and that's the wrong attitude to have, you know, because it's not being looked at as, oh, woo. Some people looking at that and like, oh, that's just another nap. I ain't listening to what he's saying. That's the way people think. And you can't blame them for that. You know? So it's reasons like that, you know, that take you down because, You know, God always give you warning signs before destruction. I was getting them. I had to, I'm squabbling. I'm in too, it's too much going on. I'm arguing with these 28s. You know what I'm saying? You've been gone for 28 years. You don't know nothing. You being lied to, you know? You being lied to. You know what I'm saying? And you taking your frustrations out on me. And I ain't done nothing. And it's been like that. You know? And it's been like that. You know? I haven't done nothing to you. See, when these dudes, when they get out of jail, if you want to relive that old day and all that, guess what? Eventually, it's gonna come out. And if it come out in a negative way, guess what? It's gonna disrupt that hood even more than what it's already disrupted. Because everybody got issues. Probably at this time, there's probably not one gang in Los Angeles that's a real gang, like, you know what I'm saying, not came out in the 80s. You know, I'm sorry, you have to be from the 70s. When to stop? Okay, I stop at, okay. If your gang wasn't created by 1984, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So if you from one of those gangs that was created, back then, pretty much all y'all probably then got homie on homie murder. You know what I'm saying? That's guaranteed. You know? And that's just how it has evolved from then to now. Everybody got a homie on homie, at least one episode. Some gangs got more than others, And if you look at the history of all those gangs, did that advance anybody? Probably some of them did advanced in drugs or money or whoever else. But I would say the majority of them did nothing happen because it was about fake power. You know what I'm saying? The fake power is the one that is the one. That's the one that destroys. That's the one that destroys your game, because you can't. How can you say that we are a functional, organized gang if this homie is dead behind something that could have been prevented? How can you say that you organized? You're not organized. You're just dysfunctional. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't do that over here. We don't talk to hood business over here. We don't do all that. I don't know what other hoods do, but we don't do that over here on the west side, on the east side. We don't get down like that. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's why stuff keep going on to this day, That's what the problem is, Suckerism. Federal peacemakers plead innocent in LA. Los Angeles. This is an article from 1977. See, when I wrote that script, remember, I got the script called Crip, It's a 3-hour movie. And ain't no if they pick it up, remember, it's going it's going big. You feel me? So it ain't nothing but research. You know what I'm saying? This is all research. So, it's 210 pages, Federal peacemakers plead innocent in LA. Los Angeles, Associated Press. If you don't know what that AP means, that AP means Associated Press. It is the oldest newspaper in probably the United States, I would assume. I don't know, but definitely California, yeah. But they're really nationwide, so I would say that I would go back all the way to then. But two gang members who are paid by the federal government to keep peace with other gangs pleaded innocent Friday to assault and extortion charges. The charges against Clint Willis, 22, and Benny Bay Simpson, 22, stem from an alleged street fight between the Crips gang and the rival Brims gang. Willis and Simpson are members of the Crips and are also officials of Project Long Table, which pays youth gang members $2.50 an hour to attend classes and work out their differences. $2.50. You know that's the 70s for sure. You know, I think it's 77. I think that's 1977 to be exact. You know. So in 77, they paid them dudes that was 22 years old, right? So they couldn't go get an OG dude in. That's the theory of they paying me to gangbang. They paying me to be from the west side, from the east side, you know. That's how these dudes think, you know. If you under 40, if you under 40 years old, you're an OG from over there. you're an OG, man. I'm an OG. You know, so I guess that's where they get that thinking from, you know, to where they trying to pay them dudes that the little gang money, little grid money, ambassadors and all that other stuff, you know. But I've never seen one and two dudes calm anything down, you know. And if you go into them dudes' history, you know, if you go by the rules, should they do checks on everybody that represent the gang interventionists? Should they do checks? Should they do background checks and find out if people didn't told on people or did foul stuff or whatever it is, you know, to see how far they reach go into their hood? Or is it just they got a good mouthpiece and they can handle the business? I wonder what would happen if they did that. Like who would emerge? I'm just curious if they brought it up. That's what that guy, but I heard that guy was crazy too. That Mexican guy that was in the newspaper that was talking about that called all those people. He kind of like the one who started all that stuff, calling the grid workers and all that stuff snitches and all that. But I don't know. You never know if people have a point or not. But definitely when you working in gang intervention, you are definitely on the edge. You know, you always got haters that's gonna poke and prod at you, you know, and try to, nag you and all that type of stuff. And you can get lost from what God got you doing. You know what I'm saying? Um, because God, he has you, he'll humble you, you know, he'll humble you and say, hey, look, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And something is about to happen. He'll give you some signs to change that. And I don't think I was really uh understanding those warning signs properly, because they came. I trust me, they came. And you know, but he still was like, okay, all right, you ain't praying. I know how to end all this. Here goes 6. But don't worry about it. You ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna have no health complications or whatever. You still, you know, everything is still peachy clean. You know what I'm saying? But it's time to move on from here, because you slipping back into doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You you know you letting people pull you back in. Dealing with all these dudes and situations, and busting out all the snitches and all that. Like, I ain't got time for all that. Everybody else know all this stuff too. You know, that ain't that's that's not your job. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't care who you are or what you are. If I run into you, if that's what it is, you still hold on to words and stuff that I said and did something, I can care less. But I will always tell the truth. But I don't. I can care less about all that, because now he like, I got a whole nother mission. Let's do. Now, see, God is all the way up. He all the way up in this joint right here. You feel me? He like, we ain't worried about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. You feel me? We on a whole nother mission. You know, uh, hardback available now. Amazon, available in ebook, paperback, and hardback. Available right now. You know what I'm saying? So, trust me, we on a whole nother mission. And I'll be going to Dallas hopefully soon, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta make a visit to the school, uh, get my program out there going too, see if we can start this, get this thing popping, because we got bigger things going on than you know what these dudes got going on, you know what I'm saying? And this is open to everybody. We trying to get everybody on board, you know what I'm saying, with this no more in 24. Hey, Dr. Crip, one move away. Hey, Dr. Crip, let's get these kids some healthier meds. No more in 24. Yeah. Hey, you know what? One move away. They look. This is the medication. You feel me? Once they get GAMD, sports, after school programs, computer science programs, uh, etiquette programs for girls, you know, um, trade skills programs, you know, um, lowrider. I'm gonna tell you right now, lowrider. If you don't let me lead you, I'm a dog. Look, let me lead you. Can we have the low rider program for kids? That's from Hoover and 60s and A-Tray and 90 and Athens Park and V&G and Venice Showline and all you people that don't get along, that the kids that love lowriders, let them build the lowrider together. Can we get the? Can I do that with y'all? Are y'all gonna allow me to do that? Come on, man. Let me lead you. But you know, the endorsing of gangs is what need to end. The endorsing of the Crip and the Blood is what the problem is. You know, sending the homie away and all that. You know, and yeah, we up here, woo woo. Yeah, we sending the homie away. You know, solid homie. You know, woo 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 woo. From West Side, woo 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 woo. You know, woo, yeah, the homie, woo woo. You know, yeah. God bless the homie. This and that. See you in heaven. Nah, man, listen. First thing, stop using Crip and Blood in the same sentence with God. Try that. Don't use Crip or Blood in the same sentence with God. Stop doing that. That don't go together. God don't go with none of that out there. Figueroa, Normandy, Western, Crenshaw, Washington, Olympic, Peak. He don't go with none of that. He don't go with none of them streets. We stop using his name and none of that. He don't go with none of that. You ain't going to heaven. Who told you was going to heaven? You think because you lived 72 years, 60, you think because you was 62 that you going to heaven? Did you get on your knees and ask for forgiveness for them murders, for them wrongdoings, for them purse snatches, from the robberies? You feel me? Did you, you know, did you get dipped before you got up out of here? I got to go get dipped. Hopefully when I get to Texas, they're going to dip me. You know, I'm going to go out there and get dipped, you know. I'm going to go out there and get dipped again, man, you know. Start getting dipped again, man, you know. I didn't say you had to do this and that and live, no. But you better recognize. Keep on doing what you're doing. Recognize, though, you know, and understand what the problem is of why you here, you know. Because trust me, you could have been gone just as much as anybody that you know that's gone. Or you think because you think because you made it to that age, because you've been taking care of your health and you doing this now and you doing this and that, you killed somebody in 69. You killed 3 people in 69. You probably one of them dudes in the newspaper. I got all the articles, man. Listen, man, I got all kind of articles, man. You know, I got all kind of newspaper articles, man. But hey, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show, man. Please like, subscribe, share. This is reasons why I got shot, man. Endorsing and putting that above everything. And it's not. You feel me? And God had to humble me, man. He had to bring it down a notch because you doing too much. Because you get too involved in what is going on, you know, and you shouldn't do that. You know, that is definitely not the reason of why you here. You know, your job is to focus on what I had you doing, you know, which was educating kids and doing what I was supposed to do, you know. He scared me when I was driving to the hood one day. This was just in 2019 or something. I was driving to the hood or something, and you know, I told them dudes, you know, I'm like, hey man, I drove down this street and them dudes was out over here and all this other stuff. I wasn't supposed to never do nothing like that. You can't do that. You ain't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to participate in none of that type of stuff. (2018), one of them, and when and it was and about a month later or something, I was riding down the street and it hit me out the blue, that feeling. And I was like, whoa. Like, yeah. Man, I had to call some people, man. Like, yeah, man, you know, that ain't cool, bro. Because if them dudes did something, man, and the person got killed, man, that blood is on your hands. You don't even know that. Come on, man. This stuff is deep out here, man. It's deep. It's deep when it gets when you got an answer for stuff. Come on, man. It get deep out here. West Side Life. Hey, Dr. Crip, why do some of the OGs act like they never done anything wrong, like telling or not being tough in prison all the time? I believe they need to tell the truth. Hey, West Side Life. Hey, you, hey, you want? Hey, you said, hey, Dr. Crip, why do some of the OGs act like they never done anything wrong, like telling or not being tough in prison all the time? I believe they need to tell the truth. Listen, on one of those shows I did, I told you one of my G homies that is all, you feel me, G, all that, you know, none of that on his jacket, you know. No, you know, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? But this is what he told me. He said, Nut, don't ever let none of these dudes getting out of prison tell you that they never done nothing wrong or busterism, or they stayed like solid through every situation. Now they ain't did no telling, you know, and he talking about in prison. He said, don't never let none of these dudes tell you that they ain't never did nothing, no busterism type stuff. You feel me? He said, because they home. And now I didn't do 28. I ain't even did 28 days, right? Well, I did a little something in prison, but the yard I was on was a level 2 or something. But the situation is as follow. I do know this from what I do know: level 4, level 3, and level 2. Now the goal is to get to level 2 when you're on level 4, because when you get to level 2, that's where you have the chance of coming home. You understand what I'm saying? So he basically was saying, listen, don't let none of these dudes tell you that got out that they didn't have to, you feel me? Yeah, they had to do some stuff. Now, whatever it is that they had to do, you know, is between them and whoever else it is, you know, because guess what? Every single person in prison that you ran across is not going to be your friend, you know, because I didn't heard them say some stuff about people. Not everybody, but I didn't. Oh, that dude. So, whatever that is, that situation is just what it is. But he told me, he said, don't never let these dudes tell you that they didn't have to do. He said, including me. You feel me? That I didn't, you didn't, because guess what? You have to conform if you want to come home. That is a fact. You have to conform. Now, I still got G homies in there that I believe they still on a level 4. I'm not sure. Maybe a level 3. I'm not sure. But they ain't made it to no level 2 because they involved. You know what I'm saying? So you have to conform, And then you got the SNYs, They definitely not trying to let you know the yards that they parole from, They not going to let people know that. They don't want people to know that. But I know. I know who was on that yard, But that ain't my business to tell that, But it's the truth. If it need to be told for whatever situation, But those dudes not going to tell you all that. But it's something that they need to get out if they want to tell the true story of who they are and why not to gangbang. You feel me? Instead of just getting on the cameras, these podcasters and that, and acting like, you super hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of people. You got a lot of these dudes, and they never going to tell you the stuff that was to their disadvantage, because they want to keep that image, and that's the image that's going to bring them down. And it's something that's hard to do, if you want to, so-called function or whatever, But if that's something that they need to do, I believe that they need to do it. You know what I'm saying? And stop, if they in that field, you know what I'm saying, of trying to, change and grow kids and face stuff, head on. Other than that, they just kicking back in their hood and just staying out the way and being humble and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And but for the ones that's out there that's trying to, do your thing and podcasting and want to tell stories and do all that, if you got some dirt on your name and it's found out, then that's just something that you're going to have to deal with when that time comes, Holla at a player, though. If you're a real man when you walking in prison, you're going to be a real man when you walking out, whether you a banger or not. That's why I've always said I'm a man first. Yeah, all that stuff is true. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is true, But who was that? West Side Life. The I don't know if it's a male or female. The question that they asked, they said, why do some of the OGs act like they never done anything wrong, like telling or not being tough in prison all the time? Because that is true. We have that. We have people like that that's out running around on the streets right now. You feel me? In every hood. So, they may not want that to be known per se, and especially if they in gang violence intervention, and that's that. And a lot of people run that way, Like I said, kudos to my I got like 4 of them. They got out and they got bomb jobs, brand new cars, you know what I'm saying, houses. They got out and handled their business. They ain't trying to take over. You know what I'm saying? They not trying to take over the hood and all that. That ain't their issue. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to do none of that. You know, now that's a real man right there. You know, that makes me feel low. You feel me? When I see when this dude did 27 years in prison, got out, this dude got a real job, homie. I'm talking a bomb job, and you know, brand new house, you know, nice car, and I've been out here all this time and ain't got nothing because I was, you know, you out here just, you know, that make us look bad, homie. And then they got it in less than 5 years, you know. So, you know, that make us look super duper bad, the ones that's out here with all this power, if we ain't got none of that, you know. So, you know, those are lessons that need to be learned, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta, because you got those dudes, man, that's, you know, want to take over and do all that negative stuff, you know. But like you said, you know, they were a man when they walked in, and they still was a man when they walked out. Whichever ones who it is. But I personally know in gang intervention, you know, from the very first time that I started doing gang intervention over 20-something years ago, you know, I was active. I was active doing gang intervention. I'm talking. We were really active. You know what I'm saying? So I seen people. I came across people that was foul and all that. You know, like, what's up? You know, I never done it, but you can't. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm gonna let you know who you are at that time. But you know, it's a lot of people now. You know that they got jackets like that. You know, and maybe people know, and maybe people don't know. You know, but they out there. You know, they exist. But yeah, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. Please like, subscribe, share. You know, this show is about reasons why I got shot, man. You feel me? Because I put that crown, you know, I put that crown first, you know. I put that crown first, you know, that NY, that neighborhood hat. You know, that was the reason why one of the reasons why I got touched, because God had to humble me and say, man, listen, you know, that's not the image that I want. I don't want you to be Huster Nut. I'm not. That can't lead nobody. You feel me? That image can't that image can't lead nothing. You know what I'm saying? That image cannot lead nothing for nobody. All the stuff that you do, all the stuff that people I ran into, you know, stuff that you doing and all that other stuff, you know, that don't mean nothing, you know. So I pretty much don't wear NY and NC hats no more. You know, by face, I'm gonna always be affiliated with it because you reap what you sow. But that ain't definitely that's not the case. You know, currently right now to this day, you know, them 6 shots changed all that. You know, but you have to look into you got to look into the mirror and realize what's going on, you know, and realize that, man, if this is not a true fight, if you ain't out there fighting NY hat, see that? That's Troy from Barbershop. You know, that's one of my friends. He came out there to support me that day. You know, that white guy right there. That's Troy Garrity from the movie Barbershop. Yeah, that's one of my boys. That's one of my guys. That's your man. And he came out there, you know. His daddy is Tom Hayden, Senator Tom Hayden, who passed a few years ago. Um, and he came out there to accept an award. And Troy, you know what? If somebody ever tell you this, if you ever see this and somebody tell you, I know when you came out there that day and got that award, they spelled your father's name wrong on that certificate. And I was so hot about that. And I was like, why would they do this? And I know I spelled that name right. And if they wasn't for sure white, you know, I don't know if it was they did it on purpose. Or do they not like Tom? I don't know why they did that, man. But they spelled his name wrong. They spelled Hayden wrong, you know. And I was hot about that, man, you know. And I don't think I never said nothing to Troy about that, but I do apologize for that. That kind of made me hot. I was kind of hot about that, man, you know. But that NY hat, you know, is on, you know, and that ain't good, bro, because that's the crown that, you know, and it shouldn't have been about that, you know. Um, that's and see, God, he like, oh, you think because you did all this stuff that's supposed to mean something, but it's stuff like that, you know, that tear it down, you know, because you putting that crown first, you know, and that day, you know, um, that was a good day. That was a good day that day, but it was a few ups and downs with certain people, you know. So um you have to humble yourself, you know. You can't you ego and arrogance and all that is not gonna get it with God, bro. That's not gonna get it. That's not gonna get it with him. That is out, bro. You're not gonna be able to do that, you know. You're not gonna be able to do that. See, um, you know, see, when I show up to
I am not trying to.
when I show up to shoot films, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I'm out of control. You know what I'm saying? I'm a one man band. You know, I come to perform, man. You know, and we're gonna try to get stuff done. But yeah, this show is it's about reasons why I got shot, man. You know, so no matter what it is that you think, you have to keep, if you out and you trying to push that cause like that, it's just like a preacher, man. You know, you may not never see him get his right here in front of you, but best believe he not going to heaven. Y'all think because that man, look. She been getting people doing stuff for 40, 50 years and don't nobody, you know, and because he's 60 some years old now and he lived a good life and he, man, people think he's not. He's not. You're not getting away with none of that stuff that you done, bro. Give it up. They asked Muhammad Ali, they said, why are you stressing yourself out? They said the line, you know, is, you know, as long, you know, you gotta take it easy. Um, we need to, you know, nah, I'm not, I'm not to the last person. They said, why are you signing every single autograph all the way down to the last person? He said, because I'm trying to do as many good deeds to make sure I get to heaven. That's Muhammad Ali, bro. What's the deal? Holla at a player though. What's the deal with the New York hat, and who was the gang member informants on that article? That's a two-part question. Holla at a player though. What's the deal with the New York hat? The New York hat represents neighborhood and the inner city of Los Angeles. And it is a fashionable bad boy hat, maybe. Kind of like the Raiders when they were here. But it's I believe Inglewood Legends. He comes on here, but I don't know if he do all the hats. I think I seen that on his podcast. But it's a podcast that does a lot of hats. But I can give you the basic raw edition, you know. The 111s, that's they responsible for that. Because everybody had their hats and they didn't have one for a long time. And I believe we had the NC hat before they had a hat. I used to see a lot of 111s wearing Duke, you know. I used to see him wearing Duke. There's something else I used to see him wearing. And then somebody got that NY hat and made that, you know, like this is neighborhood with that N, you know. And it surely became the sign for neighborhood Crips. So all the neighborhood Crips started wearing that hat, you know. But they are responsible for that hat. The 9-0s are NC. Big Height started that. But, you know, when you look at stuff like that, it's more civilians and non-affiliates that wear an NY hat, you know, than it is gang members. That's without a doubt, you know what I'm saying? And they have no clue or no why or none of that about a NY hat. And hey, we'll come out here, you know, from New York or something and not really knowing and go somewhere, man. And, you know, like, huh? What? Like, damn, you hate New York like that? Like, nah, yeah. Nah, man, I'm from New York, you know? Like, I'm really wearing it because it's a New York hat. But out here, you know, it's something different. And who was the gang member informants on that article? I don't think they were informants. We can read the article again. I don't believe they were informants though. They worked for the federal government. The federal government had a program, and it says 2 gang members who are paid by the federal government to keep peace with other gangs. You feel me? They were from Project Lone Table. And I believe this article is from San Bernardino as well. Let me find I can find the original article. Let me see if I can find the original. I got the original article. I just chopped it up. I just chopped it up like that. I don't know. But I don't know if I would be able to show you from this particular this particular window, but that's from an article in San Bernardino. That article is from it's from a newspaper in San Bernardino. I got so many articles, man. I don't know. I know it when I see it, but I don't see it. Um, yeah, but I believe that article is from 1977, and it's from San Bernardino, and the guys were paid by the that's the whole article within itself inside the newspaper anyway. But um that they had a program, they had several programs. I believe they may have had a project long table. I think that was in San Bernardino. But Long Beach was very important in the Crips back then. They had a lot of stuff going on in Long Beach as well. It's a few articles that I have and because it's a lot of I have a lot of articles about that was in Los Angeles County where something happened where that where that student aid, let me see, this one, this this anti this anti-violence aide accused of assault. That that article is from that's in Los Angeles. That's in Los Angeles. This took place in Los Angeles. This is a case that took place in Los Angeles. Um, I forget the people involved, but I can find out about it. But yeah, this is just one. I have over two. I have over. Man, listen, I got. I don't know. I probably got close to 200 articles, man, and it's specifically pertaining to Crips and Bloods. And it's from various newspapers everywhere, Arizona, Seattle. Man, I got articles, bro, stuff that was published and documented. So, you know what I'm saying? This is stuff that you have to do when you write a uh, when you write a when you write a script about something of this. This is based on a true story, man. You understand what I'm saying? This script this script is This script is based on a true story. You see that? It's based on a true story. This is the story of the Crips. You know, you're not going to get nothing better from this. You know, this is told by people that this story is researched by people that were there, that wrote books and newspaper articles, and some video clippings of news stories and witnesses and people. I just haven't even got to putting all that out there yet. You know, I'm just giving you a taste of why the Crips and Bloods were never positive, and the reason why we don't need to put any more kids on Crips and Bloods, that it needs to end right now, no more in 24. And when this movie eventually, if this screenplay gets picked up and done, it's going to shock a lot of people. It's going to make people upset. It's going to have a lot of people talking. People going to be mad because they didn't do it. But trust me, this script is done by people that have done the research and very very skilled with creating and doing screenplays. So this is this is the real deal right here, man. This ain't none of that fake stuff, bro. This is all real business. So it is the reason to lead up to you for you to understand that there needs to be no more Crips and Bloods in 24, you know, and it's gonna let you know about um, the people that was involved, you know. Tookie found out about Raymond's death in jail. He was already gone. See, the outcome of of certain people, uh, it will be revealed in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And what is facts, is in the movie. You know, and when you make a movie, you have to understand some stuff is embellished in a movie and some stuff is not. You know what I'm saying? But when you watch a movie based on a true story, you can only get close to the story as possible, with the people that were there then and all that type of stuff. But when you watch a movie based on a true story, you cannot get to a scene and say, what these people talked about. When you look at a movie based on a true, take any movie based on a true story, you know, uh, and you get to a certain scene where the guys is in the car and they have an argument. Can't nobody say what these guys argued about, because guess what? They wasn't there. But both those characters in real life said that they had an argument in the car. You understand what I'm saying? And people would say this, and some people would say that. Uh, he said, "Bro, I went to acting school in Dallas. NE, where I can get a smaller role in it or be an extra." Hey, holla the player though, man. I'm coming to Dallas. Are you in Dallas now? Because I'll be on my way out there in a minute, man. Hopefully, I gotta come see my mama, man. Um, but nobody can never say what these two dudes, talked about, or whatever. So, but you have to get as close as possible to that exchange. So this is the Crip script. There would never be nothing else like this. I don't think nobody else can do this. What is done right here, man. This is you looking at something that is going to be. This is an award-winning screenplay right here, man. You feel me? This is award-winning screenplay type of stuff right here, bro. From the opening to the ending scene, homie. Is you don't see stuff like this, So if it get picked up, we it's gonna rock the world, and it's told just like any other culture. You went and you watched The Irishman. You sat in the movie 3 hours for that. All you so-called gangsters, which now that was one thing that I never understood, that people took the concept of when you watch these movies, and I'm not bashing the movie because I like the movie, I watch it all the time, but I watch it to learn from it, to understand some of the stuff that's going on that could be used or whatever. Like when you watch trilogies like The Godfather and all that. But if you watch The Godfather and you think, oh yeah, it's all good that these people at this time were your friends and liked you or whatever, they tell you in the movie what they thought about black people. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, All you have to do is pay attention when they meet. You know, when the five families meet, they tell you exactly how they feel about you. So you was never on the. I don't understand why people want to call Al Capone and all that type of stuff. You know, I never understood that. You know, why they mimic that stuff. You know, and not the superhero black villains of that time back then, like the Bumpy Johnsons and all that. Holla at a player though. I went to Kim Dawson Agency off Motor Street. I'm Little Rock right now, but I got family. Oh, he said I'm in Little Rock. I got family everywhere in Dallas. Plus, Dallas ain't nothing but a high skip and a jump from Arkansas. Oh, okay, yeah, that is. I'll be in Dallas, man. You know where Carrollton, uh, uh, Carrollton and Oak Cliff, man. Uh, that's my stumping grounds. You feel me? And Oak Cliff is the now. You go out on a limb, but I have to go out on a limb with the people that I deal with. They said Oak Cliff is where the Crips landed first, you know, and I believe them, you know. I believe them because the people that I talk to out there in different parts, the knowledge is more accurate in Oak Cliff, you know. So that's what I believe, and it's some actual the Crips out there. So I'll be out there in a minute. Yeah, but please, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Crip. Please like, subscribe, share, spread the word. Let them know that the real show about the Crips is on and Bloods or is right here with your host, Dr. Crip. And you can ask any question you want and you get real answers right here, you know. But this show was dedicated to why I got shot. And he said, I used to work in Carrollton and I used to stay in Oak Cliff. Shout out to Pleasant Grove and South Dallas. Yeah, South Dallas. I got to go to that store. It's a store over there. I got to go over the bridge. They like, man, you got to go over the bridge. Yeah, so I know how to go over the bridge, man, to South Dallas. They treated me nice when I was in Dallas out there in Oak Cliff, man. They treated me nice. You feel me? Everything happened in Oak Cliff, man. That's where the Mecca Center is at in Oak Cliff. You know, don't nobody want to deal with the Oak Cliff dudes. You know, they out of control. You know, that's where everything is at. You know, Oak Cliff is where it's at in Dallas, homie. You know, so yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be out there shortly. But the show is entitled "Reasons Why I Got Shot," man, and one of them is because I put that crown first. You know that NY hat. That was my life. Neighborhood Crip, Huster Nut, all that. And God had to knock me down off of that and humble me because it was getting out of hand, and I was doing too much, and I was getting close to probably chipping one of my homies for something. You know what I'm saying? And for just being foul, you know. And I never understood why, if you know you're wrong, why be a part of something that you know you're wrong and it's going to create an issue. But at this point now, that's not even my concern. So, like I said, God had to humble me, you know, for endorsing. I was endorsing. You cannot serve two, you know. Now, you think that you can get away with stuff like that, but you have to stop doing that. This is what people need to understand. You know, you can't endorse Crips and Bloods and then expect that something positive is going to happen, because that ain't going to happen, you know. you can't endorse Crips and Bloods and have God in the same sentence. Stop doing that. Work on that. Get that out of your vocabulary. Don't. It's actually a disrespect. You feel me? And God is only going to have you disrespect him so many times. And before you know one of them disasters come your way that he been preventing. So yeah, this is one of the reasons. Another reason is that I was being too involved, not by choice, but because it was landing on my feet. The devil, he throwing all this stuff your way. He throwing all this stuff my way. Oh, this homie did this. This homie said this. No, what's up with this big homie? What's going on with this homie? You know what I'm saying? Just throwing all this stuff your way. Frustrating you along the way, like and knowing that you don't need to have nothing to do with. It's not my fault that some girl called you a buster and know you a buster and you scared to fight her and you were telling and you're doing all this and everything is just landing on my doorstop and at my door, and I'm opening the door and like, what you talking about? But just being curious and investigating when I'm opening the door, trying to find out why you here at my door with this instead of closing the door, and let whatever happened not being involved in it. That's what got me shot, because you can't expect to tell one person something that got a history, because when you tell them, hey man, keep this between you and me, they gonna go tell somebody else. So that's ripples back around to you. And it's not nothing that you're afraid of saying, but you need to keep this personal between me and you. And when that person does not do that, it sends effects, because they call people and tell them, and they call the wrong people and tell them, you know what I'm saying? And it causes a ripple effect. And that ripple effect comes back and bites you. And now guess what? Here you are, gotta be tough again. Here it is, you gotta shut somebody else down again. Here it is, you got to let a person know where you stand and all this other stuff again. And all that stuff comes around and it gets you shot, by being the person who you are, you know what I'm saying? And here this dude that rob old people in the park and snatch purses and sex fat girls and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Want to shoot me for whatever reason, for no reason at all. Whether it's somebody paid you to do it or you're doing it yourself, it's not a valid reason to be shooting me. So all those reasons is reasons why I got shot. So it's just not the fault of the shooter. It's my fault as well. You know what I'm saying? So because because he wasn't never going to face me. That that dude would have never walked up on me like, I want to get down with you, nothing, all this. Gee, he would have never done that. That was furthest from that guy's mind, because I would have beat the brakes off you. So and that's what happens. He said, or holler at a play, you said, or did you just put it in God's hand? Well, I never knew that I was putting anything in God's hand. God got his hands on me. See, that's what people don't understand. he wasn't gonna let me die like that. You understand what I'm saying? In that park, he wasn't gonna allow none of that to happen. You know, that's the thing. That's God right there. You know, when the dude come out with the backpack, when he come out of the backpack shooting, he didn't say come out like hey. He came out shooting. I didn't run and scream. I came charging at him, trying to get the gun out his hand because that's who I am. You know, and when I fired on him, it connected, but it wasn't effective enough to where I could to get the gun out his hand. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that dude know, you know what I'm saying? You just didn't gun me down and please don't. None of that took place. It wasn't nothing like that. You know, it was far from that. And all them dudes in them cars is witness to that. They, you know, they like Jesus. So, the big homie is wicked. So, you know, but it's all those is reasons why everything took place, you know, like that, you know, because it was just too much, you know, and my spirit was being led back down to participate. And at the end of the day, what was going to happen was that somebody was going to die, probably at my hands, you know. And God, you know, he wasn't going to allow that. He wasn't going to have all that. And he wasn't going to let nobody harm me. You know what I'm saying? Far as death, he wasn't going to, you know, but he letting me know that, you know, this is why you getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Because that crown you putting before me and neighborhood is really the death. That's the death. Neighborhood. Now I know that's the death. That's living in death, you know, and you came out of that and you lost focus of that. So, you know, let me get you back on focus. Let me get you back on focus. So that's what this show was about. Please like, subscribe, share, let a friend know. You know, we'll be back tomorrow again. You know, thank everybody for the question. Holla at a player, man. Listen, when I come out there, man, I'm gonna let you know, man. You feel me? Go to drcrip.com. Go to drcrip.com and leave me your number and I'll call you when I touch down out there, brother, you know, and let you know that I'm out there, man, you know. And you can holler at a player. Hey, Westside Life, one move away. Antonio Grace. Thank y'all all for coming in, man, you know, and doing something, man. I appreciate it, you know. This is Dr. Crip, man. Please like, subscribe, share, and we definitely should be back tomorrow again with another topic, man. You know, this is Dr. Crip, and we out.